All right, so first thing, make sure you put your name at the top. All right, so we're looking at our form worksheet. Remember that forms are three-dimensional shapes. So right now this looks like a circle, but we're going to add value to make it look more three-dimensional. So we'll do a quick review on value. 0 is going to be the almost white side because it's got 0 value, 0 color. The 10 side is going to be full of color, so it's almost black. So whichever side's easier for you to start with, you can start there. I'm going to start with the darker side and work my way towards the lighter. And if it helps, you can put a 5 in the middle. And you know by the time you get there that you should be kind of like your normal pressure because that's right in the middle. So right at medium pressure. And you'll notice to really start lightening it up after that point. All right, so once you've gone from that, you've got dark, and it should fade to almost white. All right, so we're just going to look at this first column of forms first. The cube, we're going to start with this one because it's kind of like a nice divided up value bar. We're going to have a light at the top because imagine the light coming from this way, and the light is directly hitting the very top of this box. So I'm very lightly going to shade that in. And then the front side here, this is going to be medium because the light's coming down towards it and it's hitting it a little bit, just not as much as it was the top. So if you kind of think, again, referring to your value bar, this is probably like a 4. This one's going to be like a 6. And then over here, that's going to be our darkest side because the light is being blocked completely over there. That's going to be probably closer to an 8. So I did light, now I'm doing medium. And then my last side, I'm going to make that dark. All right, so that's our cube, light, medium, dark. And if you want to add a cast shadow, which is the shadow that the item is casting, this will be a little bit darker, and it's the opposite side of my light source. So if my light is coming from this way, the object is blocking the light, and then my shadow that's on the table or the ground or whatever it's resting on is going to be the opposite side. All right. So next is the sphere. So it's not just a circle because it's a form, it's going to be a sphere. So this again is kind of like a value bar, but instead of coloring straight up and down like we did here, we're going to go with more of like a curved shape, okay? And it's going to kind of flip as we go around this circle, okay? So if we're on the left side, we're going to be shading, curving out to the left. When we're in the middle, it'll be pretty much just straight up and down. And if we're on the right side, we're going to curve it out to the right. Okay. All right. So we're going to get darker, start out darker and fade to lighter. All right. So again, I'm on the left side. So I'm curving it towards the left. And this little crescent moon shape, this is going to be my darkest. And now from here, it's lightening up. And now I'm getting close to the middle. So I'm going to straighten it out. I'm getting even lighter. And I'm going to flip it and start curving to the right side. All right, so you could leave it like this. This would be okay. But I'm actually going to darken that outside edge just a little bit. Probably not as dark as this side, but a little bit darker over here. Okay, and now we've got dark and it fades to light. If you want to, you could have left it, or you can take your eraser and erase a little patch. And now you've got the highlight, which is where the light's reflecting off of your object. All right, so if this is the darkest side, that means my light is coming from this way. So my cast shadow is going to be the opposite side of my light. My light's coming this way, the object is blocking it, so my cast shadow is over here. All right, let's do the sphere. I'm sorry, let's do the cylinder. All right, so same thing like the cube. Top is going to be light. And then we're going to do the sides. So kind of like our value bar, twice. So the edges are going to be dark. And then a fade to light in the middle, so it fades really quick. I know it's kind of messy. I'm kind of going fast. So light, dark, fade to light. And then we go to the opposite side. Dark, fade to light. Okay. And then this one, my light is hitting it straight on. So the cast shadow, you would just see just a little bit kind of coming from behind it back there. Or you might not even see it completely, really. All right. Cone, very similar. We just have it, we don't have a top anymore, so we don't have to worry about that. And then it's similar. I'm going to move the highlight off to the side a little bit. So I'm going to make my left side, the dark part, just extend a little bit more. Okay, and I'm kind of shading in like a triangular direction, because that's basically what shape we're working with here, or form. All right, and I faded it to light. So on this other side, it's going to fade a little more quickly. Bring this over a little bit more. All right, and since my highlight is over here, it means my light is coming from this side. So my cast shadow is going to be over here. All right, so now our objects don't look as flat like they did before. They look more dimensional and not as much like 2D objects. So that value that we incorporated really helped those items pop. All right, so on the second column, you're going to try this on your own. And you can change up the light direction if you want. And you can also try this with a colored pencil if you have them. But maybe this time, maybe my light source is over here for the sphere. Maybe I put it on the side instead of the center for the cylinder, or put it in the front for the cone, however you want to make it work.